So hello everyone, welcome. We're doing another video here for art. Last week I did the music production video, but that video was on Sunday, so I didn't even see the first art video blow up the way that it did until way later. And this video is basically just going to be a response video to that video because I got a shit ton of comments, pretty much all positive. Every single one was positive, so thank you guys so much. But also a lot of advice. And I wanted to use this video to kind of go over some of the advice I got, whether it be to kind of, I don't know if dispel is the right word, but there's some stuff that people kept suggesting that I was doing or that I had some sort of explanation for that didn't come across in that first video because I wasn't expecting anyone to click it. But then there was also some stuff that I thought was genuinely good advice that I haven't been doing. So I wanted to kind of hit both those stones at once and basically just do a full session again, but with all that sort of stuff in mind. By the way, if I sound a little bit upset at any point in this video, I'm sorry. You might notice we have the exact same layout that we did last time, even though I promised I was going to do it on the MacBook. Turns out, trying to record your iPad screen on a MacBook is 10 times harder than doing it on Windows. I don't know. Apple fans keep talking about, oh, it's a combined ecosystem, bro. It's so easy. First of all, I had to buy a cable to get to work with the MacBook that was like 5 times more expensive than just buying the fucking to get the unregistered HyperCam shit off the AirScreen receiver that I've been using. So I bought that thing, and then I tried to get it to work. It would not connect to the MacBook. I had to troubleshoot it for like 2 hours. It did not fucking work. And then I finally got it to record the iPad screen, and I got like 10 minutes into recording the video, and the computer crashed because it overloaded, because apparently recording 2 screens at once is too much for a MacBook. Fuck Apple. So I'm going to use the iPad. It seems like this recorder, even though it's a little bit shoddy and unofficial, it seemed like it was working last time. It just kept showing that unregistered thing over and over again. That should not show up now because it's registered. I should have just bought the fucking receipt. I don't know why I didn't. I thought it was going to be really expensive. It was like $4, and the cable, I'm not kidding, the cable was like $15. But enough ranting for now. We're going to go through the stockpile. I already have the stockpile set up. So this is kind of like the first thing I wanted to talk about when it comes to the comments I was receiving. A lot of people kept talking about doing courses and tutorials and stuff rather than just style references, and real life references as well, rather than just style references. There are real life references, courses, tutorials, all that stuff is in the stockpile. I know I haven't really done a video on the stockpile yet. There is a blog post on my website about explaining how the stockpile works, but essentially the stockpile is random retrieval. So there is essentially X amount, I think I said last time, 9,000 pictures. Part of them are style references, part of them are real life references, part of them are courses and tutorials. But depending on what you get in a day, you might never see a course or tutorial, even though they exist in the system. So like before, I'm not going to do painting yet. We're going to stick with sketches. As you can hopefully see from my Procreate page, I have been working on this. What is this from? P Catalog Illustrations? I mean, it looks good. This is Final Fantasy Tactics. 100% this is Final Fantasy Tactics. So some of these I recognize. This is just from Twitter. I like the bunny lady. This is Kill a Kill, obviously. You should quiz me on this. See how many I get. This is an anime wallpaper from animewallpapers.org. This looks really good. Wow. This has got to be from Twitter. And then I have some links. So like I said, the links get, and this isn't like, maybe this isn't like the smartest way of doing this, but links always just get put back into the stockpile, but just as the images. And the reason is because I used to save them just by links. The only problem is that some of you motherfuckers delete your artwork, and then, so if I just save the Twitter link, I don't have a copy of it later, so I'd rather save the image raw and then move it to Notion. Which, by the way, we'll discuss the deleting stuff first. People were mentioning the fact that I do 2 things. The first is that I delete old artwork, and the second is that I go too fast when I finish a piece. I'm not looking at what went wrong. I'm just going immediately. Let me talk about the first one first, the deleting stuff. I don't have any problem in deleting it. It's not a I think this is bad, I don't want to see it anymore. Well, it kind of is. But for me, the way that I see anything I make, and this is weird, but I actually really like this format. I think it's really nice. I think it's fun to do, actually. Is I see it as like a survival of the fittest sort of phenomenon, where I only want the X best amount of stuff that I've made at any given time. I actually do this for the other channel. And I've done this for this channel too. In fact, I do this for everything. So for videos too, I do this. If I make a video and I'm like, I don't actually like this video that much, I delete the video, and then I might come back to it later and re-script it, like I've done before with videos on the other channel. But I like to just have like a section where it's like, if it's a public facing thing, if it's in public, I want like the best of collection. I don't want just like every little thing. A lot of people were talking about you should keep it because of progress. However, these videos are progress. That's how I like to see it. So like, even if I don't have those old pictures saved anymore, you can still see the progress by going through these videos. And I think this is the format I want to keep. I don't think I'm going to delete any of these videos. The videos I actually do keep. There's an archive channel as well. So I never, even though I delete videos from this channel and from the other channel, they always go back into the archive. I do believe in archiving stuff, but I think that on your page, on your public page, you should have like the best of stuff, right? And like I said, I find it fun. I find it being like, ooh, okay, how can I shape this? How can I craft this to be like, this is definitely me and this is what I like to do, but then also like keeping it like very like aesthetically pleasing and stuff to other people. I think that's a fun thing to do. I don't actually I hate doing it. It's not out of me being like, oh man, I'm not good at this. It's more out of like, ooh, let me shape this, let me carve this like you would shape a sculpture, right? You're carving the marble there. Another thing people mentioned that's kind of tangentially related is that I go through these very quickly. I actually don't do that for normal sessions. That is a recording only thing. When I do normal sessions, I do pay attention to what went wrong in a picture and try to rectify that in the future. But I'm making a video. I'm trying to keep it entertaining. I'm trying to keep it fast. So I'm just going through them and being like, wow, that's dog shit. No other comment, but like on a normal day, I would be paying a lot more attention to that sort of stuff. So that's more like editing magic, quote unquote. That's not how I actually do it. But I did want to address those two things. Anyway, let's keep going with this. So I get a lot of these from Setai. I don't know if I'm pronouncing this correctly. People kept making fun of me for saying gouache wrong. Apparently it's gouache, which I just want to say, first of all, fuck French people. You know it's a French word. So I get a lot of these from Setai. I think that's how it's pronounced, Setai. And then I get a lot of them from Twitter, in case anybody was curious about that. And I used to save YouTube videos. I think I mentioned this last time. I used to save YouTube videos, but not so much anymore. That's one piece of good advice that people gave me. They gave me YouTube channels where I like YouTube. I think tutorials are really good. Like this guy, where he starts from scratch and he doesn't like speed draw through it. I do not like speed drawing because you don't learn anything from it. At that point, I might as well just be looking at the style reference. But if you're going slow through it and you're going like one-to-one, you can learn a lot more through it. I got a lot of recommendations. I went to sleep again, sorry. I got a lot of recommendations, and I'll go through those at some point. But I like channels that are like they go through them. They go through the drawing process slowly. Now, I don't have anything to teach you guys, so I'm not going through them slowly. I'm just going through in an edited fashion because it's more about my progress rather than me teaching you anything, because I don't know how to teach anybody jack shit. But if you watch my writing videos, which I know a lot more about writing than I do about art, I try and focus on that sort of process where I'm being a lot more like, you know, here's how I do things like step by step by step. I don't want to watch videos that are like top 10 art tips you should know, because that's kind of useless to me. But I would like to see like a good artist draw something from scratch, like in real time. I feel like I can learn a lot from that. Okay, this is actually in the wrong. This is supposed to be in Blender, but this is an example of what might come up for a real life reference. This is not supposed to be here. This is definitely a Blender shot, which we haven't done Blender 3D modeling yet. There is real life stuff in here. It's movie stills. They actually were originally on Blender. I'm now moving them into art because if I do want real life references, I was thinking back to what I said in the video of like, I want some, if I draw real life stuff, I don't want to be drawing like some nature photography picture of a beaver, because who gives a shit about a beaver? But then I was like, wait a minute, well, what about from like movies, right? What about from cinema? That's real life, but then also it's made to look very pretty and beautiful. I was like, ooh, and I do have those saved from Blender because I was going to do those for 3D modeling. But now I'm like, ooh, if my main focus is art anyway, as opposed to 3D modeling, maybe go with 3D modeling later. But that one's like a room, so that's obviously Blender. You wouldn't draw that. This is, don't tell me. This is Valkyrie profile. The next thing I want to do is drawing over the AI art, because we need to find a plan of attack there, because I need some form of original art. And some of you actually mentioned that as long as you get the, because obviously AI makes mistakes, so you don't want to use just AI art to use as references. But since I have all this AI art that I've already made for all of my characters, and I now need to convert that to real art, I could probably sketch those out as references, make original pieces, find stuff that I can fix in each of those, and then utilize the real art into those promotional materials, kind of replace stuff over time. A lot of the, I know the website and everything has a lot of AI art still, and that's just because, as it turns out, drawing from hand takes a lot more time than drawing, just letting an AI do it, so we're replacing them, but it's gonna take a while. The next video I do will be after this one, because I wanted to address all the comments first. The next video I do is going to be replacing that stuff. Language learning is something I want to do too at some point. You see a lot of these in default stockpile. There's a lot of language learning stuff, Japanese mostly. I want to do one for my learning Japanese process, because it's kind of similar in a lot of ways to my art process, in that it takes a long time and it's kind of just brute forcing. Wait a minute, speak of the devil. This is for Japanese. This isn't for art at all. I'm also doing sprites too, but funnily enough, I haven't gotten any pixel art yet on the stockpile. I've only gotten like sketch references and tutorials and painting and stuff. I haven't gotten any pixel art, but I do plan on doing pixel art at some point. Maybe we'll do a dedicated pixel art video too. I don't know. Like I said, I got a lot of ideas for this channel. We'll just see how things go. Wait. I do need to do my deleting though. I had some, you know what? I'm not gonna lie, guys. I had some bangers these past couple of days. See, I've done a lot since we did our last video. I've been cooking, sort of. Oh, let me go back to the point of this video, because I forgot all about that. The best advice I got, and the thing I knew about, and the thing I actually mentioned in the video, but not in words that anybody could understand what I was talking about, so I understand why you guys repeated the advice in the comments. When I said my best works come from me drawing abstractly, it's exactly what you guys were talking about in the comments, of starting with shapes and then moving into details. So I've been trying to do more starting with shapes, basic shapes, and then moving into the details afterwards. Another thing was not zooming in so much, which is, I think another thing I mentioned in the video, I don't actually remember if I mentioned this one in the video or not. The proportions get fucked if you like zoom in or focus too much on a specific portion. You have to always be thinking of the whole picture whenever you draw something, which I'm very bad at right now. But you'll notice I got those bangers after that video came out, so that was when I was already applying the comments. Oh, and more confident lines, which I also don't have. And I know I need to do this thing. But the problem is that if I do it right here, then I won't be able to erase it. I have to do it on a different layer, and I'm really lazy and don't want to like take 2 seconds to press the new layer button. You know what? Just for you, because it's a video, watch this. New layer. Bam. I'm also really bad at drawing hair. I don't know how you guys get it to be so sharp. The face is off. The face is off. It's too squeezed in. It's like squeezed in. That's what it is. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. It's squeezed in is the problem. And I think the eyes are too high. The eyes need to be a little lower. Okay, do you think I will flub this one? It's the easiest Murata I've gotten in like 3 weeks. It's a headshot. There's no way we're fucking this up. I know I should be confident in my lines, but I'm really trying not to fuck this up. See? I tried to be confident and look what happened. How did he do the design here? What? It looks so basic, but then when I do it, it looks like shit. What? How? One thing that people mentioned was my lines are too long. I should do or my lines are too fat. I should do thinner lines. The reason for that is this is a really fat end, and what happens is if I did a line that was any thinner, and I did this before, so I know this happens, it depends on where it hits on the tip. The line will show up in a different place and it looks like shit. So I actually have this optimized so that it's the exact size of like this tip. My face is rounder. This is number one. My face is round. That's an error. My face is rounder. His face is not as round. I don't know how to describe it, but it's not as round. This is the worst part. When you see ones that are like, this looks so simple, and then when I tried to do it, it didn't work. It's like that Joe Biden picture. Let me see you take a crack at it, buddy. I can do shoulder pads, but I can't do the upper part. I can't do the upper part, aka the rest of the fucking picture. Listen, if you guys have any recommendations, I'll take recommendations for styluses and tablets because I don't want to deal with the iPad anymore. And also, I would rather do a thinner stylus. Somebody said, and it's so true, I draw shoulders that are too long, which I do, which is true because I noticed that. So I'm just gonna try and draw like what I think are way shorter shoulders, and hopefully that corrects itself into being like normal sized shoulders. The clothing indents too are very hard, and I haven't been doing them. I don't know how clothing is. I do not get this at all. How people make this look natural. I have no idea how people do this. I have no clue. And you can tell it's this arm. It's like the wrong size. Maybe like something like this. That's not how it looks in the picture. I think sometimes I try and stick too religiously to the source material too. I think it's definitely smarter to freelance it or to freestyle it once you got like the main details on paper. Because at some point you're dealing with your proportions, you're not dealing with their proportions because you drew it like in a weird, funky way. Okay, well, I'm gonna say in honor of our last video, since this whole video is kind of just in reference to or a response to the video that we did last time, let me actually use the one good picture that we got out of the last one. Where is it? It's right here. This is the crop. This is the crop. And I also don't like this. See, this is what I'm talking about. The hair is so hard. Like, why is mine trapezoidal? Why does yours look so... Real artists look so natural. What the hell, man? Okay, that's all I'm gonna do for fixes to this. I don't want to add too much because then it's gonna start getting really bad. But the neck is too thick. It's too long. The neck's too long. Ooh. Wayne's. Oh. We might have fixed it, actually. Oh, shit. All right. Oh, wait. Shit. No, not all right. I'm so close. I feel like it feels like class gets out at 2:30 and it's like 2:28. I think that's good enough. We finished the piece that we started the last video. For the next video on this channel, I don't know if I want to do like multiple of the same topic in a row. I might do the language one. I might do Blender. I might do something else. But I can tell you that the next video in the art series is going to be that not drawing over the AI art, but sketching those ones, like a focus session just for sketching those ones. And I think for those ones, I'm going to put a lot more effort into them because I need to actually use those. And they are at least original. They're original concepts. So as long as we have the concept, I want to be able to use that in like promotional material for Boys and Girls or JBR or any of the other like writing stuff that I'm doing. But I'm going to end it here for now. I'm going to release this picture on the secret Instagram. That's actually very easy to find. I'm just gonna end it here because I need to move on with my life.